No tuna, no kingfish, no crays so far, but
what's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. This was an epic day looking for kingfish and bluefin tuna in Wilsons Promontory. We met up at 6:30 a.m. at Shallow Inlet, assembled the crew and launched the boats. Some of our mates in the inflatable all wore face masks for wind and sun protection, so the running joke was that they were pirates. Conditions were great and there was heaps of fish life. Magpie perch, sweep, leather jackets, and other reef species. Since kingfish were our main target, we would make grunting noises to try to attract them, since they're such a curious fish. This will usually help make them come in to investigate if they're in the area. On one of my drops, I had seen that there was a banded morwong, also called a bandy or a red moki, and I hadn't actually had one of those before, so I wanted to take one. I went back down to where I'd seen it to get a shot into it. I also knew that I'd only taken about half a breath of air, but went for the drop anyways, so as soon as I had the shot placed, I left the gun and went back up to pull it up from the surface. Pulled up the fish and I was super happy with how big it was. After I finished it, I put it in the boat and then we're off to another spot.
beautiful scenery out here at Wilsons Prom. No tuna, no kingfish, no crays so far, but we are soldiering on and we'll see what we find.
Here are the pirates again, and with all three of them wearing masks, the effect is too much to not keep up the joke. So we anchor up in a little cove that looks like it could be prime cray or lobster territory. We start looking under weed and in cracks and crevices for feelers in their telltale orangey red color. While I don't have any success finding crays, my mates do, and with some teamwork, they managed to wrangle this one out. We had gone to a new spot, and Jake, whose boat I was on, called me back to the boat and said the anchor is stuck. So I swam down and started pulling at the chain to find out where the anchor had fallen, and I was able to dislodge the anchor from between a couple of rocks. I then started to swim the anchor, but soon found it was way too heavy, so I let it drop, and it did not get restuck. Our mates on another boat radioed us and told us that they were seeing bluefin tuna, so we drove over to them, loaded our guns, and got in the water. Unfortunately, the tuna I was aiming at was out of frame, but as soon as I pulled the trigger, I knew my shot was a solid holding shot.
Fish on!
I surfaced and started fighting the tuna and saw that the wall of tuna was still around us, and so while still fighting the fish, I took another dive down to get closer to them and to appreciate the beauty and the power of these fish. So by this point, I've been playing the fish and it's acting like it's pretty badly hurt. I'm just about to get it into my arms to be able to use my knife to finish it when it gets a second wind, coming alive again. This is actually a really dangerous moment here. As you can see how the lines are going everywhere and I don't let go right away. And finally, when the tuna makes a big run, the line catches on my shoulder and drags me for maybe just a quarter of a second until the line gets unstuck and I stop getting dragged. This was a 20-kilo tuna and had plenty of power, and so I learned a big lesson that day. Tuna reefs up in about 17 meters, so I swim down with another gun to second shot it. It ends up being a poor shot placement, only a few centimeters under the skin of the head, but at least we have 2 shafts in the fish now. And the lines were tangled in a piece of kelp at the bottom, and for safety reasons, I felt the best thing to do is just to rip the piece of kelp out, instead of doing repeated drops on a live 20-kilo tuna and trying to untangle it. We get it to the surface with 2 shafts in it, lines everywhere, a piece of kelp. And now I'm trying to grab the tuna by the gills to be able to brain it without it going haywire again. After a while of trying, I'm able to finish the job. And then the first thing you want to do is bleed the fish by cutting the membrane of the gills to get all the blood out of the body, which preserves the best quality meat and really respects the catch.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. I'm stoked. And it was so beautiful and so calm. Like, they were vortexing me, and I just put out my gun and waited for 1 or 2 to pass, and then when one was perfectly in line, just pull the trigger. Oh. Thank you. Huh? Oh, I'll say 20, I don't know, 25. I'm not that good at guessing. Sweet. All right, well, this is the heart, what you're saying.
So the tradition for your first tuna is to eat its heart raw, as fresh as you can. And as this is my first bluefin, I oblige.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna cut the gills again.
Done for the day, we head back to Shallow Inlet.
It doesn't fit in the frame, Nick.
Damn. It would be sweet to weigh this, but We can work out the weight from the length, I guess.
Yeah.
First tuna?
Second tuna.
I'm glad Nick got one.
Thank you. I wish more people got one, but that's how it was today. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Your flipping skills are going to be on YouTube. I don't have to attribute you.
We split the tuna 3 ways, with a quarter to each of my mates on the boat, and I take the other half home.
This is about 1/4 of the fillet. Look how massive it is and beautiful the quality of the meat. There's a little bit of blood that I'll cut out in the meat, but oh, such a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Lots of it was shared, and lots of sashimi was had. Thanks for watching.